Hello and welcome again to my channel. Today, I just want to welcome you. And again, I am just so excited that you're stopping by. I just hope you invite a friend as well for this video or share the video after you've listened to it. Well, today I want to talk about some of the first steps that we take after divorce and how to rebuild with clarity, confidence, and peace. Now, you and I know that some of the main challenges that we face on a daily basis after divorce can be so, like I said before, challenging. Today, I just wanted to talk to you, that woman who is just trying to be strong, and yet you're so tired. There's no way you had planned for this season in your life. You could not imagine being here, and yet you find yourself here. We all do at some point or another. Divorce leave you with questioning your decisions, your voice, and sometimes your worth. Your worth is a big thing. And if I'm being honest, one of the hardest part is what we lose ourselves and how quiet things become after divorce. There's a pause there. We take the time, and there's that silence that really just sits there. I want to share what I have learned over time, not just for in my professional life, but also in my personal life. I have learned these are lived experience from myself and many of the women that I have worked with. You see, over time, what happens is that we become so silent. It's unbelievable at times that how silent we have become. And so the first silence, the sense of silence that comes is one of the biggest mistakes we made or we make is that we sit in the silence, not because we don't have people around us. Many of the time we have so many people around us, and yet we're still lonely, right? And so, you have the friends and you have the families who are there. But loved ones can be not the persons that you want to talk to. They can cloud your judgment at times. You see, these individuals in our life, they are so attached to us, and sometimes their advice are coming from an emotional state. And so for you, it doesn't give you clarity because you're in that state and they're in it with you. You see, what I needed when I was going through my divorce, what I needed was individuals who were objective, someone who was unattached, someone who could help me separate my emotions from the reality. And that wasn't happening. You see, my sisters were there, but they were so attached. My mom was there, so attached. My friends were there, so attached. I don't share with regret what I'm trying to say. I share with purpose. So you don't have to go through what I have gone through. The thing is that when your families are involved, they're so right there with you. Your friends right there with you. And boy, oh boy, if you're honest enough, there's not much objectivity about, you know, the good side of things. No, it's outright war sometimes. They're fighting for you, right? I'm quite sure you can resonate with that. And so as I move on, I want to talk about the emotions versus the reality. Your emotions are real, they do matter, but they should not be driving every decisions that you make in this season. Where you're at right now, when you're hurting, When you're disappointed, when you're grieving, it's easy to make some mistake that can be very painful later on, immediately too, while you're in this state. So at times it's just not the right time to do everything. You can feel angry and still make some wise decision. You can still be sad and still move forward, broken and still rebuild. Yet you need to have clarity to begin this journey. Clarity begins really when you start to acknowledge your feelings. The thing is that you should not let them control you. Do you hear me? You should not let those feelings control you, because what happens during that time, you make some decisions because it's emotional. Trust me, been there, done that. I pause and one might say, okay, we're going over the same thing before, but I'm seeing the same thing. I'm meeting new people every single day. And the thing is that the same thing keeps on happening. So it is worth repeating these things, which brings me to the need for professional objective support. I know you might say, okay, but I have my family. Remember what I told you? They're emotionally involved. So you need someone who is outside of it, who's looking inside and be able to help you to make those decisions. There is strength in reaching out for professional support. That is strength. That is acknowledging that you need the help. That is acknowledging that you're stepping away from the emotional um, individuals who are keeping you there, saturated in what's going on with you emotionally. Seeking help is not because you're weak, it's because you're wise. Objectivity brings balance, experience brings perspective, and guidance shorten the healing process. You hear me? It does. It shortens the healing process when you get the right help. I tell you, I lingered so long because I was getting message from here, messages from there, and everyone was giving their piece. And I'm telling you, like I tell you about the emotional involvement, was not kind at times. Oh God, divorce is not just emotional. It's financial, relational, and it's deeply personal. And you deserve support that understand the full picture, who takes into account every single piece of what it is to put your puzzle together and help you to navigate the process to your healing, right? That's what it takes. And this is one that we don't want to deal with. This is one that we feel like we wish we don't have to deal with it. And it's the financial side of it. And we do need clarity. Financial clarity is emotional peace. It brings that. Trust me. As we talk about money, because avoiding it, mm, mm, mm. If you avoid this piece, it's going to cost you. And it's going to cost you your peace. The biggest cost is costing you your peace. Fear grows in the darkness and confidence grows with awareness. You don't need to have everything figured out. We just want everything to be okay before we make the next move. No, you just need to be willing to look at where you're at, what your situation is, knowing your finances, right? And this allows you to make informed decisions, protect your future, the future of your children, and stop living in survival mode. Because during the divorce, after divorce, you're just in survival mode. Many of the times, we're in survival mode. But if you have clarity, if you do have clarity on every section, every you compartmentalize everything and you're able to put them together, then you'll be clear. Just remember that clarity is power. Clarity is power. And if you're ready to reclaim your voice and your identity that divorce take, you know, then you take away the piece where divorce is defining who you are. Divorce should not define you. You have, you are you. You see, divorce does not define you. It does not erase your value. It does not cancel your purpose. You have a purpose. Come on, take everything off that shelf that you have shelved before. It does not mean that you fail at life because you're in a divorce or you're in the process or you're divorced. This is the season about reclaiming your voice, learning to trust yourself again and learning to stand confidently with truth, even when the path ahead feels unfamiliar. You know something, I am encouraged every day that after divorce, I am still called. I am still capable and I can still have joy ahead of everything. That's where I'm at. Remember, you're still called. Remember, you're still capable. And the biggest thing is that you can have joy beyond the divorce. You know that. You got to claim that and own it because there's clarity, there's peace, and there's joy beyond divorce as you try to rebuild the process. You see, when women come to me, they're usually overwhelmed in the 3 areas, or 3 areas, my daughter would say, is not mommy, not three, but 3 areas. You're overwhelmed in your finances, the support system, and in confidence. And this these 3 areas, they're crucial. They're the pillar stone of your healing, getting back or getting to where you want to go, getting over all the umps. You understand? You see, it's not by accident that we get to this point where there you have to understand is a solid foundation that you need to build after divorce, and it takes these 3 pillars, 3 of them: the finances, the support system, and building your confidence. You understand? And the thing about it is that you need to take small steps. What I find is that when we get to this place, we're ready to just move and to make decisions, like I said before, that can derail us. We need clear guidance. You need to have the support system. You need to understand that your lived experience should help you to get to where you want to go. You should not be making emotional mistakes. And there, at this point, at this point, this is where we make them. I learned a long time ago that, and it took me some time to be honest, that when you're emotionally detached or when you are in the pain, when you're overwhelmed with everything, you should not take decisions. Sit with them. Do not make decisions that time. I just hope that as you go to this video, it resonates somehow with you, knowing that there are times in your life when there are things going on with you during the divorce that you cannot tell your family members. You need to seek outside, someone from outside to help you to get over the humps. And I would say you need to seek professional advice on every aspect of what it is that you're going to do. I'm not saying not to listen to them. Listen, but you need professional advice because they're so mixed up in everything. And they're rooting for you, don't get me wrong. Our families and friends are rooting for us. But as you go through this, you just need to have clarity and you need some space too for you to get to the place where you can sit with yourself. If you're watching this and you're thinking at this time that this sounds like me, this is me, this is where I'm at, just know that you're not alone. Just know that you don't have to suffer in this silence or navigate this process blindly. You don't have to. You just know that you have support. You can have support to rebuild, which is very important. You understand that clarity is available. It is available for you to reach out and garner all of that. There's healing ahead and there is life after divorce. You see, many of us go through divorce and we carry the stigma, the shame of divorce. I tell you, I never thought that today I would be talking so openly about such a painful past that I've been through. But beyond all of that, there is this joy, there's this happiness I get to experience because I was able to separate my friends and family from my emotional state. I was able to not separate them at the time when I did not know, but once I realized that I was going down the same road with them all the time. I was emotional. I was a mush, I would say. And I needed to step out of the support that I was getting from them and seek professional advice. And that helped me. And I was able to make decisions based on within, I would say, when I was clear in my head. So I made those decisions so and grow. And so today I am able to help you to say to you that just listen and take these advice so you can help yourself to get over those humps with clarity. That's the important thing. If this message helps you, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. And again, like I say all the time, invite a friend, share it with a friend. And if you're rebuilding quietly, just know without a doubt that you have support. You don't have to navigate this all by yourself. You don't have to. Just know that you got it. You got it.